Hey guys, how are you today? So, I've been thinking lately about something which has been driving me a little crazy. And the more I look back at my own career and the more musicians I talk to, the more I realize this isn't really talked about by anybody. At least not honestly. A lot of musicians think they have a gig problem. Like, I just need more exposure, I need better videos, I need to get in front of the right people. And yeah, those things matter, they're important, but I don't think that that's the real issue here. I think for a lot of us, it's actually an identity problem. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean in a very real way, a human way. Because when I was coming up, I told myself I wanted to perform, I wanted to make a living playing music, I wanted gigs, I wanted them consistently, I wanted all of it. But underneath that, there was something else driving me. I wanted to be, I don't know, respected, not just by my clients, but by other musicians. I wanted to feel like I was legit, like I had taste in music, like I wasn't just another background music guy. And I didn't even realize how much that was influencing my decisions. Because the truth is, the things that actually get you hired consistently don't always feed that identity. Blending into an environment instead of standing out. Thinking about the room, the client, the energy, instead of thinking about your skill, your ability to play. If you're not careful, that starts to feel like you're becoming less of an artist, like you're shrinking yourself. And that creates this quiet tension, this discomfort, because on one side, you say you want gigs, but on the other side, you don't want to lose how you see yourself as an artist. So what happens? Most musicians don't consciously decide anything. They just drift towards what feels safe. They spend more time practicing. They spend more time posting, more time in musician space, places where they already feel validated, where people understand what they're doing, where they can feel like they're on the right path. But those spaces don't challenge the identity, they protect it. The real world is different. When you step into a restaurant, a hotel, a corporate event, you're not the center of attention anymore. You're part of an experience. For a lot of musicians, that's a hit to the ego. Even if they don't say it out loud, now it's not about how good am I. It's about, do I fit? Do I make this better for someone else? And if you're building your identity around being the talent, that shift can feel like you're losing something. You're losing your identity without even realizing it. You start avoiding those environments, or you approach them halfway, or you tell yourself things like, they don't get real music. They don't understand it. That's not the kind of gigs I want. I'm not trying to be background musician. And sometimes that's true. I agree. But a lot of times it's just protecting ourselves as entertainers and as artists. It's a way to stay in a version of yourself that feels good and comfortable, even if it's not moving your life forward. I had to face that at one point, and it wasn't a big dramatic moment. It was more like a quiet realization. I had to ask myself, do I want to be respected by musicians, or do I want to actually build a life playing music? And the honest answer was, I wanted both. But I have to admit, I was choosing one over the other with my actions. And once I saw that clearly, I could finally adjust, not by becoming less of a musician, but by understanding what each environment actually required. That's when things started to open up for me. Not because I got better overnight, but because I stopped resisting the reality of the game I was trying to play. So if you're in a place where you feel like you're doing everything right, you're putting in the work, but nothing is really starting to change, it might be worth asking yourself, not just what am I doing, but who am I trying to be? And that's the version of me aligned with the life I say I want. Because that gap, that's where a lot of people stay stuck for years. And I'm not saying this to call anyone out. I'm saying it because I wish somebody had said it to me earlier. I've been talking more about this side of things, the stuff underneath the surface, not just how to play, but how this whole thing actually works in the real world. If that's something you want to explore, you're welcome to join us. We have a community, it's called Making Money, Making Music, and there I talk about the M4 system, which is music, mechanics, marketing, and momentum, or I also like to call the last one money. And there we go into depth into every single aspect of the psychology behind performing gigs and the actual practical things such as gear and how to talk to venues, how to approach them, press kits, social media, and all that stuff. We do talk about all of that as well. It's a 12-week program. It's really fun, and it's a really great community. Personally speaking, this whole YouTube thing and this whole video thing is very interesting to me because no matter where you are, you're able to now find me and find my voice and all this stuff I'm spewing out of 30 years experience and thousands of shows that I've played. And either it works with you or it doesn't work with you. Either it fits you or it doesn't fit you. But what I find really interesting is the ability to be able to sit here in front of my camera, in my studio, and share with you my thoughts. And to me, that's really special. And to me, that's a real privilege. So I hope that you get something out of my words, out of my honesty. That's another thing. Some time ago, I decided I'm not going to be any more part of this whole ecosystem of, what does my YouTube stats say? I don't really care. I'm an entertainer myself. I'm a gigging musician myself. My music is my number one passion. But I'm starting to find this platform, this ability to communicate with other musicians and share my knowledge and share my experiences to be very rewarding. So I'm just grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that I'm able to talk to you, and I'm grateful that we can start a relationship as colleagues and as musicians and as artists and as dreamers, because we're all dreamers. If you're not a dreamer, then you're in the wrong field. And I want to thank you for that. If you're interested in being part of that, there's a link somewhere that you can click on it, and you can join us at the Making Money, Making Music M4 Tribe community. I hope to see you there, and I hope that we can continue to communicate. And I thank you for letting me into your world and into your device or whatever thing you're using to be watching me right now. And I hope that we have more opportunities to do so. Take care. We'll talk soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.